Good day. It is Tuesday, October 25th, 2022. How's everyone doing? Hope you had a nice weekend. The moon has eclipsed this morning at 5:49 a.m. in Illinois. Entered Scorpio around 2:20 a.m. in Illinois. And this is a partial solar eclipse. This is when the moon blocks the sun light, and it's a new moon, so the moon is dark and it moves in front of the sun, and so us on earth can't see the sun just for a little bit. And I think you could see this eclipse basically in Asia, in Africa, I believe, but I don't think we could see it in America. And it says this powerful cycle ahead of us. We may want to pinpoint the things in our lives that make us feel out of control, such as addictions and debts, and work on freeing ourselves from these emotional burdens. So yes, money is an emotional burden. The courts are fighting President Biden's forgiveness loan plan that he promised us, and a lot of us want it. And a lot of people are upset because they went and paid their loan. They don't think it's fair that they paid their loan, so they're probably going to want refunds. That's what I think they're working on. Say, hey, if I already paid mine, can I get my refund? And maybe the government will say, yes, half, but no way am I paying your interest. Right? That's probably what's going to happen, I'm thinking. Because I can't understand why anyone would really be upset about that. It says we should get rid of junk, which like a student loan, get rid of our junk in our lives, both material and spiritual, which means don't believe in false gods, which is what's happening right now with Scientology. That is coming under huge critique, and Saturn is moving into Pisces next year. And Saturn will be there inspecting all these spiritual churches that don't pay taxes because they say they're a church. And so that's one way the government has been kind. And now I could say I'm a church and I don't have to pay taxes. So these things are going to have to stop because they collect money from people. And they're supposed to use it for charitable causes. Not to buy themselves a house or a car or those $5,000 pair of shoes. So I get it. Everyone likes nice things. I love nice things. I love things that are plush. I get it. But you have to earn it yourself. The only way to truly be free. And that's what they're talking about. Get rid of that junk, that spiritual junk. Also, Mercury Neptune is quincunx today. So that is also blurring us up again with the spiritual, do I believe or do I not believe, all these things. I believe in the tarot, I believe in the planets. It really doesn't matter if you do or not. The eclipse occurred, and the next one's going to occur on November 8th, the partner one, where it is a full moon. So every eclipse is a full moon or a new moon. And this moon was a new moon in Scorpio. And usually we manifest now. We plant seeds that we will harvest 6 months from now at the Scorpio new moon. But because all these planets are here, the astrologists are saying manifesting right now will be difficult because there's so many planets activated that it's going to be difficult. Your manifestation might get lost in the shuffle because the north node of the moon has Uranus in it, and it is part of the eclipse season, is Taurus, Scorpio, and Uranus is up in Taurus for a few years. So that adds a little shock jock stuff going on, like we don't know what to expect, right? And also we might waver with uncertainty We could daydream all day and not get too much done, not get too much communicating done. And the moon was void for a couple hours before it went into an eclipse position with the sun. So, what does this mean for all of us, eclipse season? Eclipse season is always a way for the universe to clear out the dead leaves, because eclipses happen usually around the time that there's change going on in the universe, right? When the planet Earth is shifting between spring, fall, winter, summer, right? So a solar eclipse is always when the moon is new and it's all black because it's not reflecting the sun. The moon has no light of its own. It reflects light from the sun like a mirror. It reflects back to you, and that's what the moon is. It's your emotions, and it reflects back to you what you want, what you may not want to see in the mirror. But when you look in the mirror, you're looking at that moon. That's you. You're looking at you, reflecting back to you. And the sun is your ego. It's who you are. It's what's inside of you when things get tough. That's the person that comes out. The person that fights for you is your sun. And the sun never goes retrograde, but it has eclipses. And so today, the sun got blocked out as it was rising up on the horizon, or going down on the horizon in Asia. And for that moment in time, we feel a little scattered because we need the sun's rays, right? To make us feel whole. And so the next eclipse will be a full moon on November 8th. And it'll be on the other node of the moon. All eclipses involve the nodes of the moon, the north and the south. And right now the north node is in Taurus and the south is in Scorpio. And we happen to be in Scorpio season. See how that works? And so right now we just had the solar eclipse, partial eclipse, only like that much was left showing, in Scorpio's new moon. So it's a good time to really think about what Scorpio rules over, right? Which would be your karma, and your passion, and your energy, and your drive to succeed, right? So the next eclipse, we'll talk about that when we get to November, but that will be a full moon in Taurus. And that will be a lunar eclipse where the sun blocks the moon. So all these things are very exciting, and they happen all the time, and they affect everyone differently depending on the degree of your birth chart. You need to know your time, your date, your place of birth to really understand it, because it affects you. Like right now, the moon is at 0 degrees. When it becomes full, it'll be at 2 degrees Taurus. And right now, the Scorpio moon is at 16 degrees Scorpio. So any planets you have at 16 degrees are going to be affected. And if you have Scorpio anywhere in your chart, it will be affected. But how much, it just depends. Like my degrees happen to exactly almost match up with this. So this is around the time I was born in Thailand. So I was in a different place. So it's a different longitude, latitude. Things are a little different that way. So anyways, today is not a great day for anything work-wise, because communication can be blah. But it's a great day to promote and to finish up work, and finishing up work that you want to showcase today. That's okay, because you started it before eclipse and you've been working on it. So it's a great day to showcase something that you finished. You want to plant the seed of this new project. And this is what we did with the golden guest today, Lola Atkins. She premiered her first feature movie ever. Congratulations, Lola. And it's on Prime Video. and I watched it this morning. It's awesome. You'd love it. If you love music and you love music industry type things, you would love it. I happen to love that type of stuff. I watched Stars on Fox when it was on. I love that show. It went out. So a lot of musicals need to come back because we're really getting ready to get into music as Neptune moves. And also Saturn moves into Neptune. That's a great way to plant Neptune's dreams is through singing, dancing, acting, bring what we see up here down to here, and through art. This is how it works, right? Through art. Someone made these, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It's just creativity really soothes the soul. Our souls all want to express themselves. And so today's birthday, today's cards are the Ten of Hearts. Excuse me, the Ten of Hearts. The Ten of Hearts, ruled by Mars card, the Ace of Heart, and the Pluto card, the Three of Spades. The Ten of Hearts speaks about large groups of people, like your family, your audience. It's a great day to promote things on the Ten of Heart day. But if you're sitting there like Michael Jackson did, he's not born today, but when he was sit on that card when he was alive, you can see that the public really took a lot of his time and energy, and he had to really give the public a lot of time, right? That's the bad part of being super popular, right? You need bodyguards after a while. Then the Ace of Heart in Mars speaks of a very baby, a young person. Hearts are young anyways, but the Ace of Heart is the youngest. And so we have the Ten of Heart ruled by the Ace of Heart, and all tens are here to really finish up the ace through the nine of experiences. So 10 people have a lot of experiences, and this is like an older child would be, you know, let's say like a 5-year-old could be a 10 of Heart, I would think. Then the Ace of Heart is basically a baby, like a 2-year-old. So this is the nature and the spirit running through these people today. And then the Three of Spades speaks about being able to be an actor, being able to transform things into tangible results. And a lot of times they can do two things at once, but as a Pluto card, they're really told here to slow down, or you could get health problems, you know, and you'll get stressed and anxious and all those things. So I believe there'll be a lot of famous people here today because the Ten of Hearts is a very popular card. A lot of hearts are, but when you're outright a heart like this, a lot of times you're super popular because you just have this baby quality about you that people really like, and they want to take care of you, you know, and that's the way it goes. Craig Robinson, 50, TV actor. He's hilarious. Let's see, Keenan Johnson, 25, TV actor. Let's see who I recognize. Mia Wasikowska, 32, movie actor. She's 32 now. Wow. She's been an actress since she was pretty young, I believe. I mean, I've seen her in a lot of stuff. Juan Soto, 23, baseball player, pro baseball player. I don't recognize a lot of these actors and stuff either. Pablo Picasso, 1881 to 1973, painter. Very famous. They did a little biop on him on, I believe it was A&E or History Channel. It's pretty good. I think Antonio Banderas played him, if I'm thinking of the right. Pablo Picasso. Sierra, 36, R&B singer. Beautiful. Great singer, too. Katy Perry, 37, pop singer. She was the first star to get 50 million on Twitter in 2014 or something. Wow, she is a pretty good singer though. All right, so that's it for today. I'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday, and we'll talk more about how the eclipse is affecting you. Tomorrow should be a little bit of an easier day. Venus is also here with the eclipse, and Venus is in Scorpio also. So Venus here is not too happy because this is where Mars and Pluto lives. She's not fond of all this kind of, let's say, buried treasure, or she wants luxury. She wants good food. She doesn't want to go out treasure hunting necessarily, out in the ocean where it's cold and dark, and you see. So a lot of times Venus here would be a little bit subdued, and her power would not be as powerful, but she's still here giving a lot of love to Scorpions. It's just that it's not as strong of a Venus as it was in Libra, because that's her home, Libra, right? So we have to think about that. So tomorrow's the 26th, and I'll be back. Have a great day. Thank you. I appreciate you.